Hello, welcome to the Max Verstappen track, and we have a race that we will have to watch. Doesn't matter where you are, you have to watch it because there are finally normal graphics and as well normal FPS. So let's watch this in HD graphics for once finally. And over here we have our track Zandvoort, and well, a good track for these cars, as well as just look how clean it looks. If you go back to my old other videos, you would just see how much it just lags at that point. But here is our starting grid.
Up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Jones, Bottas, Lando Norris, and Stroll, Kvyat, Leclerc, Verstappen, and Alexander Albon, Sete Camara, Ocon, and Guan Yu Zhou, and Vettel, Schumacher, Matsushita, Nicholas Latifi, and Kevin Magnussen, Giotto, De Vries, Giovinazzi, and Callum Island. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Alright, as we settle up into the grid, we see that Christianus and Valtteri Bottas were not the fastest in qualifying. So this is gonna be an interesting race, as we have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we go. Lights out and away we go! As we see Christianus having the worst start of his whole career, because Valtteri Bottas already overtakes him into the first corner. As well, everybody else is also fighting for positions, and Christianus is up inside Valtteri Bottas and trying to find a way in. As well, we see the Red Bull and the Alpine also fighting, but Valtteri Bottas is already behind the Alpine. Oopsie, wrong team, you know. But yeah, Christianus is honestly struggling in this race right now, as we see, because he's not also fighting for P2, as we also see the car, just as we also see a retirement in lap 1. No, this is lap 2, sorry. And lap 2, and that brings out the safety car, and Christianus comes into the pits to get some medium tires. Honestly, not a bad call, because really, that means he's gonna be behind everyone, but he will be also ahead of everyone if he just keeps behind all of them, and well, just doesn't get any other damage. So basically he just has to stay back and he will get P1, because everybody else needs to box. No one box, no one did. But anyways, we are at the end of the safety car, as the safety comes into the pits. We have Pierre Gasly and George Russell and Valtteri Bottas behind, as Gasly pulls away, and we have green flags, and we off to the racing, as we see Christianus behind, and that's damage for the that racing bull. I mean, like, racing bull, what? But here comes Christianus with the overtake of the season. Jeez, is that 5 cars in one corner? And very impressive. Let's see the replay right now, as we just see seeing him just go down the inside, as he just goes down the outside, using his aerodynamics to just cross the way, as we just pulls that move like it's no biggie. No, it's like it's no, I don't know what they say. I don't know. But anyways, here comes Christianus on the Williams, as also on the Mercedes. A great move around the outside, really grippy track for him as well. He goes around the outside of the Mercedes, and now they're side by side. But if the Mercedes is not that quick than the other car, and well, he just takes the position. But it also could be that the Mercedes is slow. But anyways, we see a fight going on behind, as we see the McLaren and the AlphaTauri fighting, and Christianus is just behind there, just waiting for an opportunity to overtake them. But he's finding, and he will go down the outside. He just likes to go around the outside, and he just overtakes the McLaren, and hopefully he will also overtake the AlphaTauri, and he does. He really does. And now he comes into the position, but the AlphaTauri is fighting him back, but he won't be able to get far because the car is fast. I thought my phone was Anyways, here comes Christianus on the McLaren, side by side, going through these corners. And well, who's gonna kneel? And that is gonna be the McLaren who's gonna be, as he also gets overtaken by the AlphaTauri. And here comes Christianus on Max Verstappen, because he's actually having an issue with his car. That's why he's really slow, and that's why he was able to do it around the outside so quickly, like it was easy peasy, just easily overtaking. As we also see the AlphaTauri on, which car is this? I don't really know. On Max Verstappen, because he still has a bad car, and well, he still has some kind of issue. But that was an easy overtake by the AlphaTauri. As we also see the McLaren behind them, and just well, Max having a really bad race at his home race. Yeah, that's really disappointing for him. And here comes the McLaren on Max Verstappen, overtaking him like it's nothing of his business, and just taking the position like he owns it. Really sad for Max Verstappen on his home turf, having an engine issue. I mean, like that. Oh, and they're also coming into the pits. Well, damn. Let's see how quick are these cars in their pit stops. As we see the McLaren having a very good start. I mean, like a pit stop. Max Verstappen is also having a good pit stop. But here is Valtteri Bottas on the Red Bull. He's probably gonna go down the inside or outside. It depends. The car is really good on both ways. He's gonna go down the outside and just gonna take the position like it's nothing of his business. And round the outside, and then bam, he's up now to second. And now he has to chase down his teammate, which he does because he's right behind him. And now this is the situation where both have a opportunity to win the race, but Christianus, as we all know, has a really bad understanding of this track because he's always slow. I just roasted myself, damn. But anyways, here is Valtteri Bottas up Christianus's gearbox, trying to find an opportunity to overtake. And well, knowing this track is also really tricky on overtake. Wait, never mind. Valtteri Bottas found a opportunity and will be overtaking him down to the corner. They're going side by side, but Christianus, with the overheating of his tires, cannot have the upper hand, and Valtteri Bottas takes the lead of the race. He will take the lead and will probably have it until the checker flag. But let's see his move. Yeah, just Christianus left too much space for Valtteri to use, and Valtteri just said thank you very much and just took it. And well, Christianus tried to fight back, but there was really no fighting back because Valtteri was already ahead. And here we are at the final lap of this Netherlands on this Zandvoort race. Valtteri Bottas comes home to win the race for Doki Dynamics, and Christian comes in second, almost as well getting overtaken by Gasly because he was not that far off. But here they are.
Many doubted whether they could pull off the win here in Zandvoort, but they have done, and done it in spectacular style. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
Here comes your top three making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One.
And here is our points after the Dutch Grand Prix. We see Valtteri Bottas in second with 2 points, and Doki Dynamic is still leading the World Constructors Championship.
It's got to be Valtteri Bottas, a commanding performance that I think had the audience's eye